So what are we trying to achieve when we do financial ratio analysis? What is financial ratio analysis? All we're trying to do with ratio analysis is to gain an insight on a particular area of a company's finances or operations. So ratios are a form of key performance indicator. They're a dashboard of sorts, and they help us to gain a particular insight, a snapshot view of a particular area of the company or its operations, or a combination of both. So firstly, what we do is we select the ratios, and we select the ratios based on what we are trying to achieve. Let me give an example of that. If I am a bank and I'm considering lending you $1 million MAC, I may pick 4 or 5 ratios as the bank, which will give me an indication as to whether you can service the interest on that $1 million MAC and pay back the principal or capital when it becomes due and payable. So I'll stick to those 4 or 5 ratios that talk to your ability to pay back the money and to service the interest. If, on the other hand, I am an investor and I've got a spare $1 million MAC lying around, I might pick 4 or 5 ratios which I will use to gauge whether to make an investment in a particular company or not. 4 or 5 ratios that I'll use to gauge whether to make an investment in a particular company. The ratios I pick as a bank will be very, very different to the 5 ratios I pick as an investor. So you've got to pick the ratios that talk to your specific objective, that are fit for purpose for what you are trying to do. The second thing, once you've picked the ratio, is you have to calculate the ratio. And boom, you're going to get a snapshot. You're going to get a key performance indicator in terms of how this company is doing in a particular area of its finances or its operations. The ratio is going to give you that. Then what we do after that is we do something called trend analysis. We do trend analysis. That means we've picked our ratio and we calculate our ratio for exactly the same company over a period of, let's say, 5 years. Then we can see a trend. Is that ratio improving or is it deteriorating? And we can make inquiries. Why is it improving? Why is it deteriorating? What actions do we need to take to reinforce improvement? What actions do we need to take to mitigate deteriorations? The final step we do after we've chosen the ratio, after we've calculated the ratio, after we've done trend analysis for 5 years, for instance, on this ratio and within this company, is we do a benchmarking exercise. What does that mean? That means we take one of our peers or the peers of this company and we do exactly the same thing. We calculate those ratios for that peer over a period of time, and then we compare our original company relative to its peer, and we see how it is doing. Fundamentally, that is the entire process of ratio analysis. We consider what the most relevant ratios are, we select them, we calculate them, we do trend analysis over a period of time, and then we benchmark our original company with one of its peers or its competitors.